What's up everybody? This is my boat, and although it may look nice on the outside, the seats are terrible. Rotten wood that's halfway gone, vinyl that is faded and coming undone, so I removed the seats and back cushions, and with a little TLC and some DIY knowledge, I made the seats go from this to this. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how I did it, on another episode of Average Joe's DIY. So to start off, I used some plywood that I already had on my wood trailer. I got the measurements for the first seat. This first one had a little taper on the end, so I had to get a few extra measurements. Then I'll mark my measurements onto the wood. After that, I'll use a chalk line to mark where to cut. If it wouldn't have broken on me, but I'm a DIYer, so I can fix it. Alright, now we can mark where to cut. Now I have to mark the curve and then the taper. Set the blade height for the saw and then cut. Now to cut the taper. And then the curve. Now it's time to test fit it. Looks like we need to curve the other end and trim a little bit off. Now for the sanding. It's not necessary, but I did it anyway. This is the marine vinyl and high density foam I ordered off of Amazon. There's a link for both of them in the description below. Now to measure, mark, and cut the foam. I used a bread cutter to cut the foam because I heard it was the easiest way to cut it. And it was pretty easy. Now to spray a little adhesive to both sides and attach the foam to the wood. I used 3M Super 77 adhesive. I'll link it in the description below. When you have it lined up on all sides, apply some pressure to make sure it sticks. Now to cut off the excess and the curves. I rolled out the vinyl and flipped the seat upside down. I checked to make sure I had enough overlay to pull on. And then I cut the vinyl using a regular pair of scissors. Now, when beginning to staple, make sure your seat is centered and then start with the middle of each side. After that, you can move on to the corners. Now always staple the center of the corner first and then work out from there, stretching the wrinkles out of the vinyl as best as you can. You can also use a blow dryer to warm the vinyl and help it stretch even more. Once you're finished stapling, then you can cut off the excess vinyl. Check to make sure it's all good. And now we can test it out in the boat. Looks like it fits great, but how does it sit? Well, it sits great, but how does it lounge? Seems to lounge great, but how does it lay? Okay, enough playing around. Time to get the rest of these cushions assembled and finish up this project. And there we have it, our finished project. Just in time to take the boat out for 4th of July. Thanks again for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe for future DIY videos from Average Joe's DIY.